went down here to Lake Fayetteville just to try to get a better place to do this, to do a vlog rather than my desk. And you know, I thought it would be great, come out here and I could show the background, nice little waterfall. They've made some improvements. You know, people are out here running around, so it's not just me being the dork. You can have me being a dork doing something else, being somewhere else. But I can't get a shot of the waterfall and me at the same time. The best I can do is this. I wanted to talk to you today about movies. As usual, I always talk about movies, but one of the ones I want to speak about, and it's not, I didn't want to talk to you guys about it as much because it's such a negative review, but I went and saw, and I was forced to see it, to be honest with you. They paid for it, so it made it fine. I was forced to see Batman versus Superman. Yeah. I got in the theater and I'm watching it, and I'm in this old theater where I used to take my dates in junior high. So there's a lot of good memories, few bad, but a lot of good memories. So I was like, well, maybe it'd be okay. You know, if I get really bored, I can think about that, which is interesting. But I'm watching the film and it tries so hard to be Batman, but it fails so miserably at being anything. I mean, the one scene where Ben Affleck, of all people, God help us all, Ben Affleck, he's introduced to the bad guy. You know, Mark Zuckerberg, right? That guy? That's Eisenberg, whatever it is. Anyway, so he first meets this crazy lunatic, and that guy pulled it off. But Affleck was so Afflecky.
Boys, Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. I love it. I love bringing people together. How are we?
Lex.
Hi, hello. Lex, it is a pleasure. Ow, wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person.
One of the biggest things that I have a problem with is, and it's not me being sexist, you have to understand that. It's me being a writer and a contiguous storyteller. Things that you see and you're like, I don't know if that really works or not. I'm going to preface this even more by saying back in 6th grade, I wrote a script for a class play, just a class play, in which me and this other dude, we are fighting a war and we're pinned down and we needed someone to come in a tank and save us. And it's stupid 6th grade stuff, right? You know, they're 12-year-old writing a script. What are you going to get? You're going to get, if it's a guy, you're going to get stuff that blows up. That's the way it works. Anyway, so we couldn't find anybody else who wanted to be the tank driver, so we got somebody in there. And this tank driver just shows up and says, I saved the day, ha 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 ha. And that's how I feel about the Wonder Woman character. Not that she's a woman, but it's just a poorly plotted out device to help the men win.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
I mean, she has no character build up. There's some, but you don't care about her. If she would have died, you'd been like, oh crap, Wonder Woman's dead. But what about the woman that's Wonder Woman when she's not Wonder Woman? I don't care. So it didn't work in that way. It could have been a man, it could have been a woman. It doesn't make any difference. It just wasn't written. I don't know. It's like it was a weak way to tell the story. They didn't take the time to make it work. And I think it's indicative of a lot of the films that we watch these days. I think Ghostbusters is probably going to have that same problem because it's just all about the jokes and the poignancy of it, and from what it looks like, they didn't bother to worry about character, because the first thing we see in Ghostbusters, if you remember, is Bill Murray, right? And how he's chasing a chick, and that's how we get to know everybody, and then they get in trouble and do all this other stuff. But modern filmmaking doesn't quite have the nuances. Now, there are some places where you find those nuances. I did happen to like Gone Girl, so I don't exactly hate Affleck. It's just some of the movies he's in I hate. That's what it is. And Gone Girl was actually fairly decent. It did have a little weak places in its writing, but as far as Batman versus Superman, I guess also too, I didn't like Superman. Superman is a weak story. I was watching that before I came out here to do this vlog. So what can we say? What can we do? Well, people like me who try to make movies and then never get to, I have to pay for them myself, which, by the way, if you want to help fund our movie, there it is right there underneath the thing. There you go. Commercial. I got to pay for this somehow. Anyway, we write these scripts and we get overlooked for these big scripts from these big names, and when we go to the box office, we're let down. So, Donald's standing over here watching what I'm doing. Donald, what's the best movie you've seen this year that's came out in the past 2 years? Yeah, he said nothing really comes to mind. And we've been to a lot of movies. Donald and I have gone to a lot of movies. And we watch them and we try to watch them and we don't know what's going on with them and we're like, oh, this is terrible, bad writing. And maybe because Donald's a screenwriter and a writer and I'm a movie maker and a somewhat of a decent screenwriter, and I'm not as nuanced in the technicals as Donald is, but maybe that's why we don't like him as much. I mean, I enjoy a good fun movie. Guardians was fun. It was put together fairly well. Whoever wrote that screenplay did a good job with Popcorn and Coke movie. But, what I want you to do is hit me up in the comments below. What movie has been the best movie that you've seen in the past 2 years? Hit me with a good one. Let's make a top 10 of actual good scripts. And let's see how many of them are blockbusters. Let's see how many of them are really made. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.